Bad call, but go for it.
Oh, baby.
So we're just gonna jump right into it, huh?
Something's gonna get real fucked up.
We are drinking whiskey.
I put gin on top of my gin.
Giggling about bullshit. Shape your nutsack to play it with the boys? Oh my god, we're recording.
I'm trying to fill the void.
That's what you want, an alabaster smooth penis.
Zig and Larry ignore a topic.
Hey, cowboy!
Howdy do, buckaroo!
Thank you very much. Today I am treated again to your headshot in the back. Smith is wearing let's call it an 8.5 gallon hat. Hold on, if you could lift the brim up for me again so I can see those are straight up Elton John heart-shaped fantasy sunglasses.
Darn tootin'.
Those are phenomenal.
Oh, also,
you please tell me that you own those and not your wife and or daughter.
I brought a drink to match.
Today's cocktail is orange. For some reason, that doesn't upset me near as much.
These sunglasses, if you look at the sides, say Heart Guard, because they were given to us at the veterinarian. And when Nick brought them home, I said, "Those are mine now," and she said, "You're right, they are." I'm not going to argue with that.
Wait, so the people who make medication for dogs to keep the parasites out of their heart also make LGBTQ eyewear that's obviously cheap enough to give away?
Darn tootin', buckaroo.
Well, I'm guessing they don't make it so much as just endorse it. They put their name on it, like, what do we got, 7,000 of those? Yeah, give it to the vets. People will wear them. They're going to put our shit up.
Some 250-pound drunk guy in Illinois is going to wear those proudly.
Well, it doesn't surprise me, though. Like, not this year, obviously, because there wasn't one, but, like, every year, we go to the Gay Pride Parade in Chicago every year. It's one of my favorite days. It's, like, just a huge party, right? It's one of the greatest parades ever.
Yeah.
But they put, like, LGBTQ, like, stamping on the weirdest, it just doesn't make any sense stuff.
Right.
It's like, here you go, here's a drink coaster with a dick on it. That's for free. You want 7? I'm not the audience, but I bet you find somebody, sure.
Hell no. I want 8. I want an even set.
There was a tailor that was like he was promoting his business in the parade a few years ago. I don't know how long ago, but he was throwing handfuls of shit, just to the passersby. And I grabbed one. It was a zipper. It was a zipper that wasn't attached to anything, but it was just like this beautiful metallic rainbow kind of thing. I'm like, all right, I just called it a gay zipper. I was kind of hoping for a Toblerone, but I'll take a gay zipper, sure.
I caught a gay zipper one time.
Yeah. Sometimes you need stitches for that.
Yeah, well, I just packed it full of dreams, and we went on our way.
What's in the orange cocktail there, Phil?
It's not as red as I wanted it to be.
It's Orange Mountain Dew and what?
No.
Fucking Jack.
Pardon me, Pilgrim. But that is Code Red Mountain Dew.
Yeah, that's fucking... Dude, Jesus. All right, yeah. And
vodka and a splash of lemonade because I'm a classy bitch.
Because you had it in the house.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I had it in the house, and I was. What was great is I'm putting this together, and Willow's like, "What you doing?" And I said, "Making a drink to piss off Uncle Ziggy." She's like, "All right, good job."
Well, I gave her a bottle opener that says I'm the bartender, I make the goddamn rules, when she was like 11. Which, in retrospect, I need help. That was probably a dumb call.
Well, and I'm the dad that was like, "Yeah, that's awesome, yeah."
I gave it to her because you had just told me you taught her how to make a Manhattan at, it was 11 or 12.
Yeah, she was, she was old enough, if you're going by 50s standards.
Yeah, fair.
Well, and all that weekend, she was a great little bartender's helper.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, you're not... It's true. It's true.
She was helping all three of us to the point where when there was a couple shows I came home from where I had told her, I'm like, this is not going to be a good show. it's not going to be a good show. And I know this type of crowd, and it's just going to be a rough one, but I'm going to go do it. I'm going to get my pay, and I'm going to be back home. And I walked in, and all the kids are downstairs hanging out.
Because that's the attitude you want to have.
Yeah, well...
I know, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, some of them when you get booked. Nice. I had a little shot of Tullamore Dew before I made my Tullamore this. But I walked downstairs and she's already behind the bar in our basement with a shaker. And she just pours one for me, and she's like, and she's behind the bar, and I just sit on the bar stool across from her. She goes, "Looks like it was a rough one." And I was just like, "You are the best bartender." God. Thank you.
If she wasn't brilliant, I'd be terrified for her, but she's fine.
Yeah.
These are just skills she'll take.
Exactly. Well, it's a trade, and you know what? It
served us both well. It served me well for damn near 20 years.
Yep, and it served me well for what 5 years, and then off and on since I left the bar, because if I was at a place where either we were regulars or friends of the owner, I could step in and help, which was fun, and they'd let me keep the tips, and especially if I was helping the regular bartender. If I'd look and be like, "Hey, you look like you're in the weeds. I'm not trying to step on toes," and they'd be like, "Yeah, grab a towel and get the fuck back here." I'm like, "All right, you got it. What are we making?" And just be back there, and that they'd always share whatever tips we made that night, which is I wasn't in it for.
No, but a decent bartender, you always got to tip somebody out if they help you out.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when people are in training, when you're training them, technically, depending on the place, you're not supposed to tip them out. I always did.
Oh, for sure.
I gave them a portion. Especially if they were obviously trying to learn and trying to work and learn the bar. Technically, they're making minimum wage, so I'll throw them some of that money. I mean, because they're going to be there. Hopefully, if you like them, they're going to be there another 2-3 weeks as your coworker. Might as well get them on your side and have them excited about the place and excited about working with you. Just throw them $50 at the end of the night,
Exactly. Yeah. And that's just, one, that's good business. It's good for the business. It's good business for you as a bartender. And, like you said, it builds an ally. They go home. Karma. They go, "What a good dude." Because, at the beginning of bartending, how many times have you and I been in that situation where they're like, "All right, well, good job," pat on the back, send you home, and you're like, I've sweat through 3 shirts tonight. What the fuck? But okay.
Even just stage 1 of training, just throw me $25.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 25. Here's $25. Let me buy you a sandwich.
Yeah, for the effort. Yeah. Whatever.
Good job, killer.
I'm going to shift gears on you because today is a red letter day in the Ziegler household.
Ooh, as red as my sunglasses?
Almost. Maybe not as exuberant. No, actually, yes. My day is as exuberant as your sunglasses, which match your code red bullshit cocktail. Quit buying Hill Jack Mountain Dew. Even regular Mountain Dew is fucking hillbilly enough, and you have to get the goddamn off-brands. You have to get the Frasers of Mountain Dew.
Well, it's still Mountain Dew. It's just fun flavors.
It's not even Frasers, because Fraser was good. That's the empty nest to the Golden Girls of Mountain Dew. Oh! Yeah, I hope it hurts.
It did hurt.
You already sent me my present, so...
Oh, you sons of bitches. You sons of... I just called you a plural.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine. Being all my sons of bitches. Can you tell what I am currently sitting in?
A pile of your own shit. I don't know. A new chair?
Technically, you're not wrong. Yes, but... Where did it come from? What is it?
Well, it's brown leather. Oh, that's sharp. That's real sharp. It has a... What is that? Lazy Boy.
So, this is stage 1. Whoa! And it's also on wheels. And I'm drunk, and this building is not terribly level. So, this is stage 1. This is what I built today of my takeover of this room. And I couldn't be more excited. My company, since I've been working from home... Well, I was put on furlough in March. Came back in July. I'm going to be working from home till at least April now. So that's just the thing. Dog found a friend. He's barking. Can you hear that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good. But they sent out a thing that said, if you need a couple of bucks to make your home office, a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
Like you do a one-time. Well, first they said you can retroactively expense some of your internet. Like, okay, well, I was going to use it anyway. I mean, it's not that they give me $25 a month. So, but that's I expensed each single month. You can't do it in one, but that was $200. Was going to go my next check. Great, and I'll take it. And then every month I'm at home, so another $25. But they said, if you need a couple of dollars to buy a new mouse or a keyboard or a lamp or some pens, you can expense that. I was like, cool. So, as a salesman at my level, what can I expense? Like, just what do you need? So, what do I get? Well, what do you need? Well, what can I get? And the answer we came up with was $500 of bullshit.
Yeah.
So I'm currently sitting in $300 of that bullshit. This is a brown leather Lazy Boy beautiful chair that costs $300 goddamn dollars.
That's
on Amazon, and I got the points for it too because I had the Amazon card. And I love Lazy Boy because it's not IKEA. The instructions were ridiculously simple. It took me the box was huge. That was a bitch getting up the stairs.
Yeah.
But it took me all of 25 minutes to build. It is comfy as all goddamn get out. It is real beautiful leather. It is spectacular. The rest of the money went to 2 more items. I also informed them that I needed a new desk.
Okay.
Currently, I'm working on and talking to you from my wife's desk that she's had for forever, which she loves, and it's great. It's a beautiful wooden desk, but it's one of those it's kind of small. It's kind of it's for journaling, kind of like for writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like a roll top, but it's got drawers and stuff. It's gorgeous, but I got little notepads and stuff everywhere. So I spent roughly $200 on a big ass 5x3 L-shaped gaming console desk.
Oh, nice.
Which is in a box right now. I have to build that. But the little bit of it, the smaller L, is going to be for work, and the bigger L is going to be where I play video games on my huge-ass TV. Just fucking chair.
Perfect. See, and I built my L desk because I was at a writing desk for a long time. The little wooden writing desk, and it was literally causing me pain. Like, I'm sitting there trying to type, and I'd have to twist because my legs fit underneath in one spot, but the keyboard only fit in another spot. And so I was looking to get rid of it anyway, and our neighbors had posted, "Hey, our son is looking for a small wooden writing desk. Does anybody have anything you could..." I was like, I texted them, and I was like, take your post down. I've got a desk. I will bring it to you right now. And I just picked it up and get it to the front door, throw it on my shoulder, and walk it over. And because our Tabby, she was like, she goes, "I'll send Nate over to help you carry it." I said, "Yeah, send Nate over to help me." And he meets me in the driveway, and I've got this thing on my shoulder, and he's like, "Honey, he's fine." And I was like, "Yeah, just point me in the direction that you need it. I'm good." And because I had told, because they had, at the time, they had this giant dumpster, and so they were like, "Hey, if you guys need to throw anything in the dumpster, just go ahead and we're going to fill it, and then if there's any room, well, you just throw whatever you need." So we got rid of a bunch of stuff, and I carried this desk over, put it in their son's room, and they looked at me and they're like, "Okay, that's even for the for the dumpster." I was like, "Cool," because I got more shit to throw in it.
Fantastic. Well, see, I need you right now, because in the place where my new huge L-shaped gaming desk is going to go, and 70% of that is going to be for gaming, and 30% of that is because how much room do you really need for a couple of Post-its and a fucking laptop?
Right.
but is this huge ass buffet table, which is in my office right now. It's like a buffet. It's actually pretty cool, but it's like 5 feet long. It's solid oak, and instead of trying to, I'm by myself here. Instead of trying to move it like down to the basement, which is where I have the storage, I just put it online. I'm like, $75 today. Like, tomorrow it's probably going to be 20. Like, if you come over here with a couple of guys, I'm not putting shit on my back. Just give me $20, get the fuck out of here so I can build my desk.
Yeah, exactly. There's been we've got a handful of stuff that I'm like, I'm just going to put it out on out at the end of the driveway with a note that says "free to good home."
See, and that's fine too, but I physically can't move this bitch by myself.
Right.
I had this huge plan about me, because I've got one of those dollies with like 4 casters underneath. I'm like, I could do it in stages, and I could like walk it out. No, I forget this bitch is old and it is built.
Yeah.
It's not IKEA. It's good.
Yeah, this was meant to last 400 years. Yeah.
So my day was getting all of my new toys that the company has purchased. Oh, that was the best part. So when I was told I had $500 to spend, even though I had to bend the screws to figure out how much I had to spend, I bought this chair. I bought that big ass desk. I bought a brand new lamp, because the lamp that I have right here has no top and it falls over all the time. And there was like $28 left. I'm like, well, I'm spending this $28. I do not care. What costs $28? It's office. I have to do office stuff. It's like if you ever had an FSA, like at the end of the year, we're like, what can I buy on that? So you're like, what can I buy? What can I buy? And I'll tell you the answer, my friend. 4,000 Post-it notes. 4,000 Post-it notes and 20 pens.
Wait, are they different colored Post-it notes? Or
they are assorted colors.
Oh,
yes.
Good. Gosh.
It's several different packages of assorted colors. It is Post-it notes for the universe. I'll tell you what, right now, some of them are stars.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was just like, I don't need these, but if I'm fucking over my company a touch, I will have Post-it notes for the rest of my life.
See, I used to get all of my stationery from my job. And now,
Me too.
Yeah,
They closed the fucking building.
yeah. So now that when they sent us home, they were like, "You're going to take your monitors, your keyboard, your mouse, and the terminal itself. Anything else? No. Okay. If there's anything you need, put it in a file folder. We'll walk it out. But we got to get people out of here." And we're like, "Okay." And they're like, "You have a place to work?" "Yes." "Are you going to provide like anything?" "Nope." "Good luck. See ya." And that was it. There's been no, which is why, like I said, I was working at that desk, and Nicole, that's why we don't have a bar right now, because Nicole's been working at our bar, so that she, she was like, well, that way I can stand and I can sit, and I've got options. And so that's why I finally broke down and was just like, screw it, I'm gonna build an L desk. Well, and you've seen it. It's not.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's perfectly serviceable. It looks fine. I keep looking at it. I'm like, oh, I should do this and a this with it, and I should do this, and then I'm like, you're done. You're done with it. You bought trim pieces thinking, oh, I'll put some trim pieces on the edges so make it look more. Yeah, I'm never gonna do that.
I had a thought, because I've built like the entertainment center in my old home, like floor to ceiling, like bookshelves and stuff. I had a thought. I was like, I would love on the company dime to walk around Home Depot, like, how can I build a desk out of stuff?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I'm never going to be able to get that past expense. They're never going to pay me for it.
No. But that you actually probably could have saved them money by doing that.
Most likely, yeah. But screw them. So I bought myself this here big-ass lazy boy bastard, and it is gorgeous.
Yeah, I inherited Nicole's dad's old office chair.
Dude.
He sat in it for years. I've been sitting in it all day, every day for 8 months now, and there's comes like about the middle of the week, I keep shifting and shift because there's no padding left.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, God, we got to get a new chair, but I don't want to get rid of it because not that I hate to say that a chair has sentimental value, but it sure does.
My big ass leather recliner has sentimental value. I'm never getting rid of that.
No, of course
That's
not.
to the wife's chagrin. And she saw this one. I bought the brown chair because it matches the brown desk that I fucked my company out of. It's just like, well, it doesn't match your other recliner, so we can't have them in the same room. I'm like, quit worrying about the future, woman. I fucked the company now.
If I rail them now, they won't complain later. Let me do it.
And this is how I know it's a red letter day, my friend, because half of the stuff came. I bought it all off Amazon, but half of it came off the Amazon amazing trucks that you see on TV now. The other half, the chair itself, came on FedEx, and I didn't realize that my landlady is amazing, but the condo association is run by fucking buffoons and monkeys. My name and number was on the call box out front. I live in a courtyard building. So, there's a big fence in front. You need to call in. There are 3 buildings in this courtyard. My name and number are no longer there. My landlady's name has somehow reverted there. She hasn't lived here in 8 fucking years. She owns this, and she owns a house in the burbs, and she rents this one out in the city. She's awesome. I wish that she wasn't, so I could make jokes, but I can't. She's great. I love her to death.
Yeah.
But she keeps getting calls. She's like, Adam, why are they calling me for your packages? I'm like, I don't know, Donna. The condo association sucks. She's like, God damn it, I'll get after them. All right. But long story short, I bring in all of the stuff, and as I'm outside, I'm coordinating the desk coming in and the chair coming in, and there is a guy at 11 o'clock who is obviously stoned out of his mind on one of those stupid fucking e-scooters that are back in the city.
So, you know the e-scooters are one of my favorite things in the world, right?
We need to talk about that. That's half of today's subject. So that's half of it today.
Okay, I can't wait to defend it because it brings me nothing but joy.
Oh, it brings me nothing but pain. Okay, so I'm easing us into it. Today's a grab bag. By the way, my hair is still down.
It's still very. You look like you're driving with one headlight. That's what it looks like.
Gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
I mean, you look like you should be playing an acoustic version of Nothing But Wallflowers tunes right now.
I have a guitar. I can't play it, but it's gorgeous.
Dude, I have a guitar. There's no strings on it, and I don't know how to play a lick, but I own one, and it's gorgeous.
If you don't have strings, you can't do any real damage, which is good.
Well, I could if I just hit somebody with it, which would probably actually be less damaging than if I tried to play.
While I was outside trying to figure out why my fucking name isn't on the call box anymore, why it's reverted to something from years and years ago, I don't know. I'm trying to get all of my stuff in that just by the grace of God came in at the same time. Some idiot on one of those bird scooters literally went tearing ass down my street. My street is a one-way. I live in Chicago, but I live in a small neighborhood. It's called Uptown, but my street is a one-way. He's tearing down ass the wrong way, obviously high out of his mind, and plows it directly into the fucking Amazon van.
Yes!
In the middle of the street. Those things are not small. They're huge and they're gray, and it's just there.
Oh, that's fantastic.
My street is a one-way street. You can't pull over to the side. You're either in it or you're parked. There's no pulling over.
Right.
And this stupid prick just launches himself into the thing. His face goes splat, and he hits the goddamn. He doesn't hit the windshield because they're too tall, but he goes and his forehead hits the. I'm guessing the hood because those things are built weird.
Yeah.
And then he's he doesn't fall down, which would have been better, but he just he falls on one foot, stumbles, looks around, looks at the scooter, and goes, "Sup?" That was obviously stoned out of his mind. Also, by the way,
that's probably what saved his life, honestly.
Yeah, wearing a white t-shirt, Bermuda shorts, and aviators.
So this guy could have been me, quite honestly.
I hate these stupid fucking things for so many reasons. Oh, God. It was so awesome. It was a really fantastic 15 minutes. I get my chair. I get my desk. I gotta sell this buffet. That asshole almost killed himself. What's going on?
Okay. Okay, so we got to talk about this because so many people. I understand people that live in cities that have those things fucking hate them.
Do you have them in Springfield?
No, and it 100% breaks my heart that we don't.
Have you? So I've only been in 2 cities that have had them. We had them in Chicago pre-pandemic, and Chicago said, "Nah, that was a bad idea." They gave it to like 7 or 8 companies, like they gave them leases, and then Chicago said, "Nope, no more." And then after pandemic, they're like, "All right, 3 companies, we'll let them do it, but it's going to be a much bigger surface area that you could do it." I've been in that, and then Austin in fucking February was shitty with these fucking ridiculous things. And as a drunk, you would think that I'd be totally on board, because that just looks like a drunk's paradise.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. So, Louisville, Kentucky, St. Louis, Chicago, I think Baltimore had them.
Baltimore's a war zone. I mean,
I love it.
Yeah, you get those scooters, you also get like a Glock.
They just hand you a gun when you get off. They're like, just safety first, cowpoke. What else? Where else did I go that they had them? Augusta, Georgia says fuck you to them. They do not have them in Augusta, but I think yes, Omaha, Nebraska has them. Again,
I'll tell you right now, Austin has way too goddamn many.
Where were we when we first tried them? Oh, St. Louis. We were in St. Louis. I saw one, and I'm like, I'm downloading the app, and I want to try this. Mm-hmm. And I giggled the entire time that I was writing it. And in Louisville, that's the best. The best, though, was in Louisville, because we found 2 and rode them around for a little bit, and we weren't like on main streets. We try to be cognizant of traffic and of pedestrians, and we try not to be assholes about it. If we're on them, we try to be cool. And Louisville was the best experience on them, because we stayed in part of Germantown, which is like this real hipster area of Louisville.
Okay.
It's kind of the artsy area. Really, really loved Louisville. So great. But we found these 2 scooters, and we rode them up. I want to say for breakfast. It was not breakfast, but I hesitate to say brunch because I know what that sounds like too. But it was, we went up and we had breakfast food and drank booze, and rode our scooters down to these cool little secondhand stores, and one was just this I can't remember what it's called. It's like the Magnificent Mystery, and they've got this stupid little thing you walk through, which is fun and silly, but then they sell these awesome t-shirts and some gag gifts and stuff, and it's all like t-shirts that are just original to the area. And so we come out, and our scooters are gone. Because we not locked them, but we were like in ride, because we didn't know how long we were going to be, and people, because they came and took the scooters and left, and we were like,
that's the whole goddamn point, right?
Exactly.
You can pick them up and go, yeah.
And so right next door is this barbecue place with a great booze selection, and we were like, well, we're not hungry, but we sure are thirsty, and I don't feel like walking. And so we went in and had a couple drinks, and we're watching the app, and all of a sudden, like, we see 4 of them go ping, 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 and we like chug our drinks, pay the bill, run out, grab a couple of these scooters, and you could just see people being like, fuck. It was like Monty Python and the Holy Grail when Lancelot goes running past the guards, and one of them's like, hey, that's exactly, we're like, fuck you, and just take off. And so we ride our scooters, we drop some stuff off, because it's on the way past our Airbnb. Drop some stuff off, jump out, we go down to this place called Fat Rabbit, which is right next to, Fat Rabbit is a record store, secondhand store, really baller place, and right next door to this bar called Kaiju, which I have their card right up here, which is why I can remember it. And so we buy a bunch of shit, we look and we're like, Kaiju's opening, but we don't want to take all our crap in there. So we ride the scooters back to the Airbnb, dump stuff off, drive them back to Kaiju, park them, and when we get off, one of the bartenders, there was a food truck out there, so we got some food, and one of the bartenders like, hey, those might disappear if you're going to need them later. And we're like, yeah, but we don't want to pay to lock them. He's like, no. We got a place to hide them. So they had this little hidey hole for us, and it was perfect. We were not drunk, but we were feeling good. Ride it back up to the Airbnb, get ready, we drop some more stuff off. We ride them to where we were going to have dinner, which is in this just little neighborhood, and they converted this house, like the basement of this house, into a restaurant.
Nice.
Killer food.
That's the kind of shit that I'm so into. You and me both.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? We did the touristy stuff because it just so happened that Nicole's older brother was in town with his family. So we went down to the touristy area because that's more kid-friendly. Yeah. But then the next day, this is what we're just riding scooters, getting drunk. And so we park our scooters. We're like, these are going to be gone 100% when we get out. We come out from dinner, still there. We're like, well, that's God's way of saying sally forth. And so we go out, because they also love Louisville. God love it. They've got bike paths everywhere. So there's enough pedestrians. We're like, no, we'll just go out on the bike path. And we shouldn't be in anybody's way. So we ride the bike path up to, I wish I could remember the name of the bar. It's this little dive bar, neighborhood place. It was the place because we got down there on Thanksgiving Day. It was the only place that was going to be open. And the bartender opened early because he saw us. And he was like, come on in. He's nice. Like, I'm just farting around. He's like, what do you want? You want to do some shots with me? And we're like, happy Thanksgiving. So this night we get there, we park them, and we go in for a couple drinks. Same bartender's working, and we're like, oh, those stupid those scooters are going to be gone by the time we get done. We're just going to have to get a lift to head down, because there's this brewery that we wanted to go to that was about 1.5 miles. About 1.5 miles. And we're like, I don't feel like walking. We could, but, we'll just get a lift to go down there. Come out, the scooters are still there. We're like, well, thank you, Lord Jesus, these scooters are still here. So we're riding to this brewery. And Nick's she's in front of me, and she's just going along just fine. And we went up on the sidewalk because we got on kind of a main street. I say main street, a larger street, and she was like, let's ride on the sidewalk, there's no pedestrians. We shouldn't be bothering anybody. I was like, sounds perfect to me. So we go across this alley, and I see up in the sidewalk there's a bunch of cracks and broken pieces of sidewalk, and there's this giant stone retaining wall on the right side, and she just guns it and goes across, like when you make Mario run real fast and he goes across the little that's what she did. I swear to Christ, it even made the little noise as she went. Me, being, let's say, slightly larger than her, I hit one of those cracks. It doesn't just skip across because I'm not able to go fast enough on that scooter. The front wheel cocks real hard. Mm-hmm. I go flying into the wall. I don't know how I ninja kicked my way off the wall, which sent me to the other side of the sidewalk, and I just into this patch of grass and dirt on it, and I just boom. And fortunately for me, you don't hear this phrase a lot. Fortunately for me, you hear I was bucked off a lot of horses as a kid, so I know how to fall.
Jesus Christ, dude.
What? I'm just saying, you'll learn how to fall. And I was just like, my body just did what it was supposed to. But Nicole was way far ahead of me, and she said that she didn't know what was happening until she heard a sound like a sack of meat being dropped out of an airplane hitting the ground.
That's specific.
Yeah. And so she turns around, she's like, honey? And I was like, I'm okay. And I jump up and I'm like, I'm fine, baby. Baby, I'm fine. And I'm standing there. I'm like, am I fine? I don't know if I'm fine or not. We go to the brewery. We have a few. We start to go back to the bar. And I'm like, I'm not going back over that sidewalk. I'm going out to the street. But there's no cars. And I'm being silly. And I'm going back and forth because now I'm drunk. And I'm just doodly-doo, back and like weaving through the street. And she's like, you need to stop that because that's dangerous. And as I come up like, it's fine. I look over, there's a parked car. It was an unmarked cop car.
Fantastic.
And
see, yes, okay, this is the kind of bullshit that happens when you're in a fucking electric scooter for $8 a second.
And when I weave back, I look over and see this car, and the cop looks up and goes, you should listen to your wife. And I just was like, oh God, and nearly crashed it. And I was like, you're right, officer, I'm sorry. He's like, I don't know if you knew this, but you can get a DUI on one of those. And I went,
sure can.
and I said, fortunately for me, officer, I've only been drinking water since I have been at Bible study this evening.
Bullshit, you didn't say that.
I did. And he laughed, and he's like,
you might have said a version of that.
well, look, things get fuzzy. Don't call me out. I don't call you out.
Well, you should.
But I drink a lot, and I was real. So yeah, it was probably a version of that, but that's what I'm remembering myself saying. I do remember the cop giving me a salute and sending me along my way.
We can tell our own stories in the rakish way possible, but the reality is what you said, I tell you what, my friend, I'll walk away right now if you don't hit me in the dick. And he said, holy shit, all right, that's fine.
Yeah, that's probably what I said.
Yeah.
But just let me go with it. As a comedian, I lie for a living. Let me be.
As a human being, I lie because it's fun.
But yeah, it just brought me so much joy. Those electric scooters.
Ange rode one when she was with her friends in some other goddamn city. I've never been on one. I don't trust myself on them. I'm okay with them in like my side streets, like where I live, like tooling around neighborhoods. Until I saw the fucking dude in the Bermuda short just slam smack dab in the fucking Amazon van, and then that poor Amazon bastard's like, "Oh, this is a whole thing." I'm like, "Yeah, seems like your problem. Give me my chair." But Anne just played on that. But it's like a drunk's paradise. Like I've never wanted to be on one unless I was hammered, and I've always been at least sober enough to say, probably a bad call. This is not transportation. This is a toy.
Yes, and it's a toy for drunks, and I don't know if I've ever been on one sober, and I don't know if I could drive one sober. But with a few beers in me, I am evil fucking Knievel on those things.
That's the bitch. That's why I hate them, because when I'm walking around down fucking town, or like, busy intersections, busy places of the city, there's 1,000 douchebags on these things, just with a throttle open, which is what, I don't know, 18 miles an hour, but still, that's enough to really piss off your day.
Yeah.
I had one dude a year ago plow right into my ass. Like, legit into my ass. I was standing at the goddamn crosswalk, waiting for the light, and he plowed into me. The whole thing hit me right in the spine. And it just ruined my goddamn weekend.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, I almost fucking punched him in the mouth. I turn around and he's like maybe 16. I'm like, you're just stupid. Okay, yeah. I can't hurt you. But well, even if I could, like, what am I going to do? I'm a pussy. But I was really mad. I was like, I turned around, like, I'm going to punch this guy. That's a good excuse not to, because he's a child.
Yeah.
But when you go, like, into busy intersections, and that's, like, busy places, they're zipping back and forth on the sidewalks, on the street, up and down. There's no regulation. And it's fucking terrifying, man. Any lunatic could be barreling at you on a razor scooter with a goddamn motor on it. And if you get 35 of them in all different directions, your sphincter clenches up a little bit and you pee yourself.
That happens to me anyway.
Uh-huh.
No, I just get excited. No, and I get it, because I've seen people be assholes on them. And I'm like, no, don't do. They're fun and convenient. Just be responsible. Honestly, even as drunk as I've been on those scooters, I'm still responsible. Except for the one night where, like I said, there was no traffic.
Except for the
Except for that one time where, I understand what I probably said to that cop was a lot slurrier than what just came out of my mouth.
Yeah, you were not thinking, sir, I have not been drinking. You didn't fucking say that. You might have thought you said that, but that's not what you about.
No, I already crashed it twice. I don't know.
This Bush is a bastard, sir. And what I said was, I don't live here.
I'd like to file assault charges on that wall over there because it reached out and it touched me in my pee-pee. So have a good night with that, sir. Try to get a statement.
And that cop went, this is not worth the paperwork. Just walk this bitch away. Go home. Go to your Airbnb.
Just get back in the bike lane and leave me alone. I'm trying to stop real crime.
Correct.
There's a serial killer that's going after people that are only using electric scooters. Enjoy!
Well, that's the bitch of it, though. I understand that you were utilizing it totally responsibly until you weren't, and I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, you really think you are until you really think you aren't.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I'm going to, and then you end up in somebody's fence. You're like, and you feel real bad about it. You feel real bad. You're like, I just went into this guy's lawn. Oh, shit. I was being real good. Did I just shove my dick in front of that dog? Like, what the fuck, man? Sometimes you get drunk and you make stupid decisions, and nobody should have those fucking scooters.
Just leave a note. Sorry, I fucked your lawn gnome to death.
It's just a drunk's toy out there. All I have to do is go beep 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 on my phone.
Yeah.
And now I have access to this electronic death machine to ruin anybody's day. Like, I'm going down to Chicago to see the pretty lights. Not with me in the middle of the fucking road. Yeah. Fucking dipshit.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that if you have to live in a city with them, but because it's such a treat for me. That's like, it's like when we came up with the kids and we're like, look, we don't give a shit about deep dish pizza, but we want them to have deep dish pizza.
Yeah.
That's different. I come up there and I'm like, I get it. You get to experience this all the time, but I want to ride scooters. I've actually priced them, and I've priced one because I'm like, I really want to drive one around. Yeah, I know.
I'll do you one better. I bought my brother a present that he still rides today. It's an electronic cooler that you sit on.
Okay, all right.
You can fit a 12-pack of beer in that bitch, and you just you sit on it, and it's got little handlebars, and you drive it around. Even him at 250 or 270, whatever the fuck he is now, he can drive it around for about 3 hours before he has to recharge it.
All right, so I've amended my search history now for Amazon.
Yeah,
and I'm going to be getting one of those because that seems to be that seems like a DUI loophole is what that seems like.
If I ever leave the city, or if I go to the suburbs or something, I'm buying one of those goddamn things just so I can tool around. Yeah. I played on it. My favorite part was, this was years ago, my nephew, when we took all the beer and everything out of it, but you open it up, he stood up in it like it was a chariot, and he was driving around when he was a kid, 7 or 8. It was phenomenal.
Fucking
but it was
tiny Ben-Hur running people off the road.
It'll move my brother's gigantic ass around, but not terribly fast and not terribly long. But it will.
Okay.
He's a big boy. He's just a big guy. That's all. He's tall.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. I'm gonna be looking that up because I need something fun.
That's why I'm redoing this whole fucking room that I'm sitting in. I need a project.
Yeah. I just need something fun so I can go rat out in it. I got Willow a new longboard for her birthday, like a skateboard but long.
Oh, cool! I didn't know she. Cool.
Yeah. The longboard is for if you're going. It's for traveling. It's not for doing tricks and stuff. The longboard is more suitable for traveling around, and I used to skateboard, and I got on it and was going a little bit across this parking lot, And it was like, I don't think I should be doing this anymore. I'm not Tony Hawk, and I don't know if I should be skateboarding anymore, because I'm like, okay, because part of me is like, oh, this is how I used to do it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I also used to weigh 160 pounds.
That's totally fair. I've put a foot on a skateboard twice. Both times I ended up on my ass and I quit.
Yeah. Yeah, I was never good with tricks. It wasn't like I didn't do tricks. I didn't do, like, I could ollie a little bit and such, but I couldn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, I was able to do stuff, and then I got rollerblades because we played hockey because we didn't have a skating like a ice rink near us, and none of our parents were willing to drive us to Springfield to try out for the junior hockey team.
Right.
So a bunch of us just were like, let's just get rollerblades and nets, and we'll just play hockey. And we had actually other team, like kids from other towns and kids from in town, and we'd just play like 4-on-4 or 3-on-3 depending on what we had, which was a blast. And I got really good on rollerblades, but that's also why now, with all the shit that we did on rollerblades, why I can't really do rollerblades anymore, because I tried to the other day, and I was like, this hurts my feet, and my knees, and everything. I think I just got bad rollerblades.
I've never been on rollerblades. Never once.
I always dug them. I dug them, and I know that, like, that's a joke. Like, rollerblades are a punchline right now, much like roller skates were a punchline when we were kids. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I dig them, and Willow and Nick and Gideon. Glenn was just on foot. Glenn wasn't rollerblading or skateboarding. He was just walking. But we all went out a while ago and did that, and that's when I discovered, I'm like, I think I need different rollerblades, because these just squeeze my fat feet and my fat legs into them now.
Is there anything such? Never mind. Day drinking. So, hold on, vamp.
One, two. I don't. All I can think of is the count.
So, if we are going to move on,
yes.
I also, to test the scooters, I'm going to send you these two pictures to your phone, and your goal is to describe this and explain it to the listeners. This is a small thing that I own.
Okay, so I can't quite tell. It's pottery of some variety.
Sure.
Okay, so it looks as if it was made from clay. It's a small sculpture. A humanoid. On a. It almost looks like a bell. Let's just say like a bell shape.
Sure.
With a humanoid on top. But if you look from the front, it looks like Vega from Street Fighter is crouching and ready. But he's let his tiggle bitties dangle down. But if you look from the back, it still kind of looks like Vega, but like he's presenting for some happy fun time, because the pandemic's been hard on everybody, and you got to make money somehow.
This is also, it has butt cheeks.
Yeah, that's what I mean. By presenting, because it's got little butt cheeks, and and the heels are. It looks like a bad attempt at foot porn, if you look at it. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and there's a little bun. There's like a little, like, hair bun on the
I
back.
believe, yeah, bad attempted hair. Sure.
What? Okay. Again, it's the best I can describe it. It looks like, again, Vega fell on hard times, started an OnlyFans, and is just doing his best. What the fuck is this?
What would you say you do with this?
I mean, I don't know if I would, but it looks like somebody would. Okay, on the bottom, you just showed me the bottom, which looks, when you hold it up, it looks like a donut.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it looks like
That's
a
the
donut.
hole.
So you hide your little wiener in there.
What are you saying about me, sir?
I'm saying that you have very specific kinks, and I don't kink shame, I kink question. That's all.
We're going to need to figure out some way to put a picture of this crazy little goddamn statue for the viewers to see, or for our audience to see, because I have no idea what the fuck this is either. But the best part is, I found this at one of my favorite resale shops.
I was hoping you would just end that sentence right there. I found this. Okay.
No, I paid money for. Well, actually, I didn't. My mother paid money for this. So, 5 years ago, me and my mom, we are big fans of like off the wall like resale shops and like thrift stores and like just rando places where you can like find shit that's crazy like this. And it was my 38th or 39th birthday, I forget. And we were just like dicking around. She came up to Chicago. She was like hanging out with us for a little bit. And we found this thing. And I found this ridiculous thing. It's obviously a one-of-a-kind pottery item that somebody has like taken some time to do. It looks kind of like, I don't know, it's a obviously female, but there's like a dolphin tail where the feet are. It's hideous. And they wanted $7 for it. And I told my mother, if I can get this for $3, you've purchased this for my birthday. Because it was my birthday. I got it for $3.50.
Perfect. Yeah.
And she told me I owed her 2 quarters.
Yes. Of course. Yeah, that thing looks like it's
terrifying.
It looks like what fits into the final piece of a puzzle in a horror movie to stop the end of the world, or to release the final monster or something. It's just,
there's only one of these, and I have it.
Yeah, except that someday some guy with a German accent is going to show up and demand you give it to him.
Well, he's going to have to pay, or he's going to have to fight.
$3.50.
And 50 cents goes to my mom, because she demanded that 50 cents.
You know what? Demand $4 and you've made a profit.
Well, it's weird because, like, the whole, like, base is actually done pretty well. And this weird, goddamn statue thing on the top is terrifying.
Yeah, it's like how they describe the sirens.
Yeah.
It's oh look, it's almost a pretty lady, except that it's not, and it will eat you. Please stop showing it to me. You know what? You know what? That side of it, they even gave it a butthole. They gave it a straight up butthole.
Sure did.
Yeah. Stop wiggling it. Just let me look.
Oh, sorry.
That's you know what? I don't hate that. I don't hate it. Never mind.
It's so creepy. It's like Aliens versus Predators 19. It's so creepy.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that hybrid alien from Alien 4.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. When Ripley's all like, "Oh, my baby," and then has to send it out through the small hole in the thing.
It's utterly terrifying.
Yeah, it's hideous. Why do you? I was gonna say, why do you have that? But you know what? I know why you have that.
Yeah.
And I would have it too, if I had found it. In fact, I'd have tried to outbid you. I'd have offered them $4.50.
This is my favorite thing of all time. That's not true.
Yeah, I can't wait for your packages to be delivered, or your package to be delivered.
So, can I ask what's in there? I know that there's the bag of tea.
Yeah, there's a bag of tea.
I thought that was it, though.
No, there are 2 other items, 2 books.
Oh,
Yeah, two books that I know specific. They're classics. They're classics from a time long past. But I know that they are they will fit your specific interests.
God. So Sun Tzu, The Art of War, and How to Tie Your Shoes by Aesop.
Better.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, better than that. These are they are antiques, and when we found them, I was like, those are perfect for Ziggy. One, again, you will go, oh, this perfectly fits my interests, and the other one is just something that I feel like you need.
Oh God, I'm terrified.
Yeah, you'll have to wait till Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm guessing there's bandages or possibly something that like a rectal suture. Is that a thing?
A rectal suture. That's just a large needle with some fishing line.
Okay, so I did it right.
Yeah, you did it. You did. You got to fix those rips somehow.
What's that puddle? Rectal suture. Oh God, worst song by the Wiggles ever. Most informative.
But
worst.
Yeah. Probably for a lot of those kids, the most helpful though when they get in that situation. Oh, I don't know what to do. Wait, what did the Wiggles say? Anal okay, got it. Yeah, I remember. Just
So
loop it through and give it a push.
Today's grab bag. Ready?
Yes.
We're almost at the end, but this is the end of the grab bag. It's a feel-good episode.
I love a feel-good episode.
I would like you to tell me one win of a loved one recently that you've had. With everything that's going on in the universe. And, by the way, today, Biden is officially the guy.
And we have Kamala Harris, who is the first, not only female vice president, but female vice president of color.
Correct. Big fan.
Of course, as a white guy, saying the words "of color" still feels like a hate crime. But, you know, that's fine. I know that's the right term. I'm just not comfortable with it.
Is it okay to say that I give a shit the fact that she's of color? I just like her as a person. I think she's good for the country.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I like her a lot.
Well, and I know there's a lot of people that are like, well, but she sent a lot of people to jail for just a little bit of pot. And I'm like, well, yeah, but she, one, at that time was upholding the law, and two, she came back and went, yeah, if I could go back and redo that, I would, because that's not right. But I digress.
Yes. So, oh, God. Let's celebrate a win of somebody you love. Somebody you love who had a win recently.
I'll throw out my buddy Ricky. He has been working his ass off on his house. He's got this giant 2-story, 100-some-year-old house. And worked his ass off on it and put it on the market on, let's just say, earlier this week. And in 36 hours, he sold it.
Nice.
And he was planning on moving to Nashville because he has family that lives down in that area, and he wanted to be closer to them. It was time for him, in his words, to get out of this area for a new start. For a second, it sounded like I was crying. I'm just belching. Here it is. This gets him one step closer to being able to get down to Nashville. And in his words, he's already started talking to breweries down there about independent shows. And he's like, guess what, motherfucker? And I'm like, I'm in every weekend. I'll do shows in Nashville. That would be fucking glorious. So yeah, the big win for my boy Ricky, and it's bittersweet for all of us. You know, he and I are bros, and I love to see him succeed, and I love to see him going where he wants to go. And I love that he no longer has the stress of the house. I just hate to see that, I just hate to see him go quite honestly, before I do. Before I get out of this area. No, you're supposed to stick around until I leave, then everyone else can do what they want. Mm-hmm. What's your win, big boy?
This is kind of an old one, but it's for my mom. My mom is we're almost getting her to the point where she can retire. My mom was a high school dropout way back in the day. She got her GED. Then she went to community college. And then she became a occupational therapist in nursing homes. And she graduated college the same year I did. She has spent the last 20-some years working in nursing homes, helping people get back to health and doing her goddamn best, and I'm so proud of that woman. She's amazing. She is strong. She is spectacular. She went from being and there's nothing wrong with this, but like she was a housewife, she didn't really want to be. But at the time she was also a part-time waitress, and then once me and my brother were a little bit older, she went back to school, and she got her career, and she is this close to retiring now, and she feels kind of cool about it, and I'm very proud of her. I think that she's an amazing woman, and she's done a lot of good for a lot of people.
Well, and I love Mama Zig too.
Yes,
tiny.
It's hard not to.
It is. If you don't love Mama Zig, you are broken in a.
It's something you did. It's not her fault.
Yeah, exactly. That's on you. God, that's just. She's always been mom, and will always be mom to me. And so, you know what? Send my love, and because that's fantastic.
She's this close. She still can't bring herself around to officially do it because she's like, people need me. I'm like, yeah, ma, but now your watch has ended. Yeah. She's just, it's. But I'm just so proud of her.
Me too.
Yeah, she's great.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
All right, buddy. Well, I guess it's time to crash this plane. What'd you learn today?
The tower. I'm talking to the tower.
Just push it forward. It's time to go.
I learned that I will buy a terrifying tiny statue if it involves screwing my mom out of 50 cents. Whom I love.
Yes.
Let's see. I learned almost nothing. Oh, I learned that screwing over my own company for the sake of a big, comfy chair that I would never buy myself is okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you, that helped me learn that I miss private industry just a little bit. Because I miss being able to screw a large company out of a little sum of money. That's what I enjoy.
It means nothing to them, but it's such a nice chair.
Right. It looks so comfy.
Mm-hmm.
It looks so comfy. Mm-hmm. I also learned that when I come visit you, I'm going to collect all of the electric scooters I can and leave them in your courtyard.
I hate you so fucking much with those goddamn lunatic things.
I will take a lift to one across town and ride it all the way and just throw it over the fence, giggle, and run back and get another one.
I hate you and your ass face.
And then I'm just going to ride it around all of them around your courtyard all at once, just going, whee!
This is my damnation. That's fine. Might as well start early, I suppose.
But you know what I always know?
What's that?
I love you, buddy.
I love you back.